Hello and welcome to Ningbo, Meishan for the 6th round of the 2013 UIM Skydive Dubai XCat World Series. You can see the weather conditions, a sprinkling of rain for the first time in the XCat season here in the just outside the city of Ningbo, some 140 miles or a 3-hour drive south of Shanghai for the 6th round of the championship. And what an entertaining race it's set to be, because we've got a grid that is exciting in itself, but equally it was a grid that was set yesterday in very different weather conditions. The pole position session saw very, very choppy waters. The wind really picked up and the boats were struggling to stay upright. In fact, the 33 Victory Team boat didn't manage to stay upright. They are back out in the race, but we'll talk more about them in a few moments' time. The pole position went to Skydive Dubai, and as you can see, the water a lot calmer today. And as a result, it's going to be a very, very different race out there to the one we would have expected had the weather conditions been the same as yesterday. Fazza were quickest in morning warm-up. As you see the boats making their way now up to the starting position. It'll be Skydive Dubai starting on the pole position, but Fazza will be second. The 6th boat of Niccolini, with Luca Niccolini and Tommaso Polli driving it, will be starting in 3rd position after winning the last race in Arona. And there is the 6th boat with the dots on it. That was the 3rd place boat. Fazza there leading the championship, but only 2nd place with Skydive Dubai, boat number 7, starting on the pole position. You can see them all starting to line up. Behind 6 will be Victory Team, who you may remember flipped their boat in Arona. They managed to build a brand new one in 15 days, and then they went and flipped it again yesterday in the pole position session, but thankfully they're out, and alongside them is the other flipper from Arona, number 22, Consul Brokers. They've repaired their boat and they're out here. Qatar Team will start in 6th place. Talking to Mohammed Al Nasser earlier on, he's hoping that the Qatar Team can end up in the top 4 because these smoother waters suit their boat a little bit better. Moad, 2nd place in the championship, will start only in 7th position. Omar Daniel and Gary Balla didn't make enough impression. As we wait for the green flag, then there you can see Fujera Racing Team in boat number 20 getting on the throttle a little bit too early perhaps, as the boats all now start to line up. Behind Moad in 7th, we've got Westerland Racing in 8th, Fujera Racing Team in 9th, Spirit of Dubai 10th, Rahib 11th, Dubai GT3 12th, and Team Gibraltar, boat 66, nearest towards us. They are starting in last position. So the start will see them cascade down towards the main spectator area here in Ningbo, and then take a very tight right-hander. The race will be the start lap plus 15 race laps. A shorter start lap here than is sometimes the case, but still going to be an action-packed run down towards that first corner. As you can see the boats getting ready to line up with one another. There's the yellow flag being raised, so we're getting ready for the start. Westerland Racing picking up the pace. There's Skydive Dubai starting in the pole position in the white boat on the far end of shot. So there's the yellow flag. When the green flag goes up, the 6th round of the championship will be underway, and the final round overseas before we head back to Dubai for the final round in mid-December. The boats all starting to get into position. The yellow flag is up. Skydive Dubai with Jay Price at the wheel will get the race underway as the green flag goes up. Down the long straight they come, and it's a good start from Qatar Team. In fact, they've made an impressive getaway in boat 94, but nearest to us it's Skydive Dubai going absolutely side by side with Fazza now, and Skydive Dubai are just edging ahead. It's a good start as well from Niccolini, but there is the 7 boat with Skydive Dubai, Sultan Al Dahari and Jay Price driving that boat. All clean so far. Look at Qatar Team. That really was an impressive start, but I think it's going to be difficult for them as they come to the first corner. Fazza slowing down and lots of boats running wide, so Skydive Dubai get the boat turned in first. They lead. It looks as though Fazza will hold on to 2nd place, but a lot of boats careering into that first corner. And there's race control watching on. So out they come, and Skydive Dubai are definitely in the lead. Sid Bensalah has joined me, and Sid, a perfect start for Skydive Dubai as we see the rest of the boats now making their way in front of the huge grandstand. Some 40,000 fans have come here this weekend to Ningbo to watch the action unfold, but as they come across to complete the first lap, or the start lap I should say, it's Skydive Dubai who are holding the lead. There you can see them all jostling for position now as they come through the first left-hand kink, but Skydive Dubai have absolutely romped clear. I think Fazza might have lost that second position. We'll have to wait and see. There's some battling between Spirit of Dubai and Westerland Racing. Moad there further in front. It's Victory Team then who are into second place in boat 33. Nicolini and boat 6 are up into third position. So Fazza have dropped down to fourth place. Only one position ahead of Moad at the moment. And you can see in the corner Virtual Eye giving us an accurate representation of where all the boats are on the course. But a great start for Skydive Dubai.
Looks like Fazza is maintaining his second position. They dropped a little bit at the first turn after the start shoot. For sure, looks like they don't have any technical issue, but they want to play safe.
Yeah, absolutely. Speaking to Arif yesterday, he said he doesn't matter where they finish as long as they finish in front of the 50 boat of Moad. There you can see them all spreading out as they come down the long back straight once again. There's Westerland Racing then. They are making a good start and they're up into 8th position, I think, at the moment, as they come towards the fast right-hand corner that was catching out so many boats yesterday in the choppy conditions. It's smoother today though, so it's a little bit of an easier ride around there. Jay Price had a big moment there on his way to setting the pole time and said he hurt a couple of his ribs, but he's been okay to continue racing, and he is holding the lead then. You're absolutely right, Sid. It looks as though Fazza are back up into that second place. The 3 boats, Victory Team 6 and Fazza, as they crossed the line, were separated by just a 1/10 of a second. So that's how Fazza are back up into second place. It looks as though Nicolini are in third position, with Moad doing battle for the 4th place. So where have Victory Team gone? That's going to be an interesting one, because I can't make them out on Virtual Eye, but it's Skydive Dubai who are holding the lead at the moment. There's Spirit of Dubai coming through in boat number 11 with Rashid Al-Mari and Salim Fadil Al-Hamli. And they had a strong performance yesterday in the Speedcat run, but up at the front, Skydive Dubai are comfortably clear. There you can see the Victory boat, so they're just ahead of Qatar Team. So I think it is the Victory boat then in second position, Qatar Team 3rd, Fazza 4th. So that's how it's worked out. There you can see the standings on the left-hand side of the screen, with Moad in 5th position. So an awful lot of positions being changed in these early stages, whilst the drivers have to get used to this kind of water again, because after qualifying yesterday where it was very choppy, all of a sudden we've got a smoother water here.
Yeah, indeed. Today it's very wet. The visibility is not great. Since this morning, it cleared half an hour ago, which is an advantage for the race today. From the water point of view, the forecast today, the wind is blowing from north to northeasterly, which is very favorable to this type of water. I think it's blowing between 8 to 10 knots offshore. And although it's quite cloudy, we might experience wind gust in some areas of the racecourse.
Here's a good battle going on between Westerland Racing and Consul Brokers. That's the battle over 6th position. Consul Brokers in the blue boat, Westerland Racing, the pair of Swedes, are trying to pull alongside in the 8 boat nearest to us. Joachim Kumlin and Eric Stark driving the Westerland Racing boat. Eric Stark, a very successful racer, and you can see on Virtual Eye the gap closing in up in the top left-hand corner. Only 13 meters between them. Westerland Racing almost getting the overlap as they come into the right-hander at the end of the course. But Consul Brokers are able to turn in first and hold on to the advantage. Here comes the battle onto the main screen now. But out in front, it's Skydive Dubai continuing to lead the way as they look to take their 2nd win of the season. They won in Streza, finished 2nd in Arona, and this is actually the 2nd pole position of the season for the pairing of Jay Price and Sultan Al Dahari, because they took pole position in Heat 3 back in Dubai, but then they only finished in 8th place. So a win for the pair of them, I think, would make them very happy as they come across the line. Here's Rahib. Strong performance from them so far. They're currently running in 11th position behind Dubai Duty Free. Good running from Dubai Duty Free, actually, up in 10th place, but it's so close in a number of battles. At the moment though, Skydive Dubai have got the advantage up at the front, which in these kind of conditions, being up at the front is crucial, because you don't have the visibility problems, or as much visibility problems.
Absolutely. After the third lap, Skydive Dubai Boat 7 definitely increased his gap with the rest of the fleet. The boat is running smoothly, running perfectly, without any issue. Looks like Faza, he lost one place. We don't know what's the issue with Faza, and I hope nothing major with the boat or the engines.
We'll keep an eye out as we look out the window. Then it's Faza in fourth position now, yes, behind Qatar team. So it's Victory team in second place, Qatar team in third place, Faza in fourth place. And I mean, although Faza have actually just got a great run to go almost alongside Qatar team. I wonder if Qatar team ran into a bit of trouble, because they're going very close to one another as they head down the back straight. But what a journey it's been over the last 2 weeks for the Victory team. After flipping in Arona, they built a whole new boat in 15 days, but then flipped it again yesterday.
Well, that's it's part of the game. I mean, no one can guarantee that not to flip, but again, don't forget that the pilot, he's quite new, so he doesn't have a great experience. He started this season in Abu Dhabi. That was his first race in the XCat World Series, Salam Al-Adidi, and this athlete has a great potential.
Yeah, absolutely. They're still running then in second position. As we see them come across the line again, Faza, it doesn't look like we're able to get past Qatar team to move into third place, as Skydive Dubai come across the line once more. Now, what is their advantage? It was about, and it has been, about 5 seconds or so over Victory team. And as they come across the line now, it's gone up to 6 seconds, with Qatar team in third and Faza in fourth. And a Nicolini closing in on Faza potentially. There isn't too much between them at the moment, I don't think.
Looking at Faza engines, he's not trimmed fully. That might explain maybe the loss of speed. And if this is the case, maybe he has an issue with one of the engine propeller.
Okay, so that's certainly something to watch out for. Faza have had a bit of trouble with engines in the past few rounds. There's Dubai duty free. They're still currently running in that 10th position, with Paul Vrick Nielsen and Tom Barry Cotter driving that boat, and they're saying they're getting used to the class now, and they can't wait for next season, where they're planning on getting a new boat and really attacking for the championship wins.
Absolutely. These two guys are they're so passionate and so talented, and they're very thirsty. I mean, they're just waiting and looking forward for the best boat, the best setup, and I can guarantee you that we're gonna hear about this team Dubai Duty Free with Paul Vrick Nielsen and Tom Baricota from Australia.
Yep, Paul Vrick Nielsen, a very experienced racer. He's won 6 UIM World and European medals, including offshore racing and circuit racing as well. And so he and Tom are looking like a strong partnership, but no partnership is stronger at the moment than Sultan Al Dahari and Jay Price out in the lead in Skydive Dubai. The interesting thing will be to see Faza's progress, because they are the championship leaders, although they are only 136 points ahead of Moad, and when you consider it's 400 points for a win, you realise just how close it's going to be for the championship. Even today, if Faza finish in 4th place and Moad finish in 5th position, they'll only extend their lead by about 32 points. So that would mean it would still be less than 200 points going into the final race of the season, which would be absolutely fantastic for the championship. A really exciting finish to the season. The battle's on for 2nd place, I think, with a Victory team ahead of Qatar team, but Qatar team are trying to close in that gap and are doing a decent job of it. There's not too much separating them, as we see Faza on screen now. They are currently in 4th position, despite what the graphics say there at the bottom. Just looking out the window, they've come through in 4th place, so still a strong performance from Faza. But they haven't actually won a race since Heat 2 in Dubai, all the way back in, I think it was January, and that's Qatar Team. Qatar Team spun out by the looks of things, because they've come to a stop on the inside of the corner, and that's a real shame for Qatar Team. Talking to Mohammed this morning, he was saying, we think we might be able to get top 4 if things go really well at podium, and they were set for a podium, but it doesn't look like that's going to be the case. Real shame for Qatar Team, because they struggle in the choppy conditions. They said they woke up this morning, saw the flat water and thought, fantastic, we've really got a chance, but they've now dropped in behind Spirit of Dubai, so I think that will be 9th position now for Qatar Team if they can get back up to speed. And there you can see the crew on the radios trying to find out exactly what happened, but it's still Skydive Dubai out in the lead of this one. Victory Team then will be in 2nd place, and this will promote Fazza up into 3rd position, so that's very good news for them in terms of the championship. And who is behind Fazza? Is it still going to be the Niccolini boat in boat 6? Yes, it is. And then we'll have Moad behind them. So there is actually a boat between Fazza and their main championship rivals, Moad. But we've still got a lot of racing to go here in Ningbo, Meishan, after our first 2 trips abroad in Italy earlier this year. We now made our way to China before heading back to the final round of the season in Dubai in the middle of December. There's the Moad boat then. 2nd place in the championship, Omar Daniel and Gary Balla. And there's boat 6, currently running then in 4th position for them, which would be a decent points haul. It wouldn't move them above Victory Team, but it's all getting closer up at the top of the standings, there's no doubt about it. And there's Qatar Team then recovering in boat 94. They've got past, or they've managed to keep ahead, I should say, of Dubai Duty Free. Westerland Racing still running strongly in that 8th position, which will be 7th now, I think, after Qatar Team's dramas. So the weather conditions perhaps catching them out just a little bit as Fazza continue down the back straight. There's 66, Spirit of Gibraltar. Good to see them still running, because they've had a difficult season. 2 non-finishes so far this year, and difficulties again as well in Arona. They were classified finishes in Arona, but they had engine problems, which means they didn't do the full distance. Skydive Dubai, sponsored by Blue Doriente, still out in the lead of this one. There's Fajera Racing Team, Serafino Barlesi and Richard George. They had a big moment in pole position yesterday, almost did what the Victory Team did and ended up upside down, but they managed to just about save it coming through the final corner at turn 6. So it's all getting quite busy in the middle there, isn't it, as they come to lap Rahib, I think that is. Yeah, so this is the 6th boat of Niccolini in 4th position, lapping Rahib, Abdullah Al-Omani and Yassir Memsad, so that's a fairly straightforward move for them. Rahib doing a very good job to get out of the way. But Skydive Dubai in 1st place. There's the 2nd place boat, 33, Victory Team, pushing hard, because they know one small mistake and Fazza will capitalise on it. They're 4th in the championship, Victory Team, so another podium here would be very good news for them. Every time they've finished a race, they've finished it on the podium, but they've had 2 non-finishes this season. There's Qatar Team, still ahead of Dubai Duty Free, who are in turn ahead of the Fajera Racing Team. This is all 9th, 10th and 11th positions. And Team Gibraltar then are in 12th place with Rahib in 13th position. That completes our 13 runners. And you can see the lead that Dubai Duty Free, Skydive Dubai have over the 2nd place Victory Team. There's boat 6. Have they managed to get rid of some of that pressure from Moad? It looks like they have to an extent. Qatar Team are now closing in on Spirit of Dubai as we see Rahib continuing around. There's the Westland Racing team watching the timings. A few nods. And they're speaking in Swedish, so I can't really help you out with what's going on. A penalty has just been given for Fajera Racing team. So they will have to take a penalty lap. Not exactly sure what that was for, but they will have to serve it. Possibly for missing a buoy, presumably. The start looked fairly clean, so it was most likely for missing a buoy. There's the Westland Racing squad then. Joachim Kumlin and Eric Stark. Eric Stark, a real star of powerboat racing. Great to have him here after Daniel Svensson had to pull out. And there you can see them, 161 kilometers an hour they're going in that boat on the virtual eye on the insert. Getting close to 170 kilometers an hour. Very, very quick boats these. They are powered by two V6 Mercury engines on the back, 280 brake horsepower, producing around 8,000 RPM. Very powerful machines. And it's powering Skydive Dubai, boat number 7, towards victory here as we approach the halfway mark in this race, the 6th round of the UIM Skydive Dubai XCat World Series. And Skydive Dubai come across the line. Looks as though the gap's come down actually between Victory Team and Fazza. To the naked eye anyway. We'll wait until they come across the line and we get an accurate reading, and then Moad are now ahead of Niccolini. So that's news, isn't it? Moad have got ahead of the 6th boat of Niccolini. That's happened somewhere out on the course, so that's very important for the championship. So somewhere on the course, they have managed to move up into 4th position. Great news for Moad. Perhaps 6 had to do a penalty lap. We'll have to wait and see if we get any confirmation of that. But there's the Fajera Racing team out there. But that means that the points gap between Fazza and Moad wouldn't extend that much as we head back to Dubai. There's Spirit of Gibraltar, boat 66, still running in that 11th position. Mark Walker and Scott Williams. And there's the distance between Skydive Dubai and Victory Team you're seeing on virtual eye now, 360 meters between them. Is a comfortable advantage, I'd say. I'm sure Jay Price and Sultan Al Dahari won't be pushing too hard. They'll be just managing the gap up at the front because they were comfortably quicker in the pole session. 3.5 seconds quicker than anyone else. It was a real supreme performance from Jay and Sultan. And they're continuing that supreme performance here. There's Consul Brokers, currently running in 7th place, which I think they'll be relatively pleased with. And there is the 6th boat. Now I wonder if that boat has problems, because it looks as though Westland Racing are now closing in on them as well. So that's certainly something to keep an eye out. Consul Brokers, another boat that flipped. Alfredo Amato and Marco Panesi running in 7th position, which would actually be their best performance of the season so far if they can keep it up, which I think would delight the 2 Italians, and it would also please Alan Al Racing, as we see Dubai Duty Free out there still running relatively strongly, but certainly to the naked eye as it comes across the line, boat 6 seems to be closed in by Westland Racing each lap, so that'll be something we'll watch out for as we see Spirit of Dubai still out there. Rashid Al-Mari. And there's Qatar team. So where have they managed to recover to, Qatar team? Have they made any progress? I think they've managed to get past Spirit of Dubai. but their next task is going to be getting past Consul Brokers, who are some 10 seconds further up the course, so it's going to be a bit difficult for them, I think, to make up any further positions. Mohammed will be absolutely devastated after such a strong early performance. There's the victory team on the pit wall. Watching on as their boats are currently second and third, victory team and Fazza. Moad still running in that fourth place, a long way down on Fazza. Gary Balla and Omar Daniel obviously deciding that discretion is the better part of valor. And there on Virtual Eye on the insert, you can see Skydive Dubai and Fazza. In the middle of them is victory team. Fazza, a strong performance from them, but I think they'll still be a bit frustrated with how things are panning out. But are they getting any closer to victory team? That's the big question, really. It does look like they're edging nearer as they come across the line to start another lap. It does perhaps look like they're getting a little bit closer, so that's certainly something to keep an eye on. There's Consul Brokers now. 7th place for them. As I say, that would be their best finish of the season so far if they can keep going. For Alfredo Amato and Marco Panesi. As the helicopter camera chases them around this course here in Ningbo in China. Spirit of Dubai continue on their way as well. Alan Al Racing will be very happy, I think, with their performance. As Spirit of Dubai continue on their way, and I'm delighted to say that Andrea Dini has joined me. Andrea, this is looking like a comfortable race at the moment for Skydive Dubai up at the front.
Yes, they're leading since the start. I was in the starter boat. I had the pleasure to be on the XCat pace boat, quite emotion, and we did a great start. And I think this event is developing in a proper way. Unfortunately, the weather conditions are not sunny, but it's a safe race. There is not too much wind. Was expected more, so I think it's a quite interesting, quite tough, and exciting event.
Absolutely, it's certainly been entertaining so far, and it is a shame about the weather. Yesterday, the Speedcat run was held in beautiful sunny conditions. It was a lovely evening here, as we see victory team and Fazza still doing battle now over the second position, and it is quite important for Fazza to try and get past victory team, because they're only, as you can see, Moad coming into shot. Those are the two teams battling for the overall championship, so Fazza will be trying very, very hard to take that second place. But still, it's boat number 7, Skydive Dubai, coming across the line with a very, very strong performance. They won in Stresa, they finished second in Arona, and it looks as though they're going to win again here. But there's still plenty of time left, and you can see Moad getting the nose of the boat really quite high off the water as they push hard. And Moad is a slightly different design to the boats of Fazza and Victory Team, and Consul Brokers as well, because that's a Victory boat. And you can see Moad with the different shaped hulls. But still a good job from Gary Balla and Omar Daniel, isn't it?
Yes, they're doing good, but super, let's say, outstanding job with Jay Price again. This former circuit champion, is a world champion from USA, which seated not a long time ago in the XCat catamaran, and he demonstrated immediately that having the skills of a proper circuit pilot, you can be competitive immediately also in this kind of offshore competition.
Yes, he was the 2008 F1 World Champion, was Jay Price, and then runner-up again in 2010 and 2011, so he certainly knows what he's doing on the circuit, and he knows what he's doing here on the sea as well. And he is driving that boat very, very nicely indeed, and they still have a comfortable 8-second margin now over Victory Team in second place. There's Consul Brokers still, a 7th place for them I think would be a fantastic achievement. And there's Qatar Team going past Rahib, so that's Qatar Team still running in 8th place. They're putting a lap on Rahib, who are down in 13th position. And you can see Rahib going nice and wide in order to let any other boats come past them whilst they're putting laps on. But it's a real shame for Qatar team, as I've said, because they were running in third place, looking very strong, but then I think they spun out at the final corner. And there's the 6th boat. Now, are they being closed in by Westland Racing? That's a question to find out the answer to as well. Fujairah Racing Team running behind, but out in front it's still Skydive Dubai. They haven't quite, because they joined the season relatively late, they haven't quite going to have time to... Oh, and actually here's Moad right up behind Victory Team now. So what's happened to Fazza? Are Fazza in front or behind? Have Victory Team run into problems? I think Victory Team might be having issues here because Moad are going past. They're pulling up alongside. Gary Balla and Omar Daniel trying to get through. So Skydive Dubai come across the line in first place. Who's it going to be in second position? It's Fazza. So Fazza are here in second place. So there must be problems for Victory Team because Moad are through now into third position. Across the line they come. Moad in third position, and that means Victory Team have dropped to fourth place. What a real shame. Let's hope Victory Team can keep going because they've had such a crazy 2 weeks. They've been upside down twice. A brand new boat.
Probably they're having some technical problem due to the accident of yesterday.
Yep.
Lucky Moad, now they're third, and they can attack.
Yeah.
Fazza.
Let's hope they can, and if they stay third again, they won't lose too many points in the championship battle. And will boat 6 now be able to get past? That'll be the question. There's Spirit of Gibraltar, still out there running strongly in 11th position. So Fazza up into second, Moad up into third. Niccolini, according to the timing screens, are up into fourth place past Victory Team, but we'll wait and see. The Victory Team were up very, very late last night working on the 33 boat because they had to fix some of the electrics, and maybe it's some of those electrics that are letting them down. But there's Skydive Dubai continuing to lead the way, and looking out of the window, I think that's Niccolini going past. Yep, that's Niccolini going past Victory Team, so Victory Team sliding further and further back. Qatar Team still out there on the screens, and there's Rahib still making their way around. But it's Skydive Dubai who are still out in the lead of this one, as the teams watch on from the pit, which is now transferable. You'll recognize it because it's the same one that came to Arona and Stressor, and means that XCats can now move all the way around the world just from a couple of containers. A very impressive setup as it continues its worldwide expansion. But there's Skydive Dubai still out in the lead of this one. A commanding performance. And Fujairah Racing Team, now will they be close enough to close in on the 33 boat? That's something.
Fazza, I think, is closing the gap. They're trying to do something in this last 3 laps because
yeah, you're
they're
absolutely
closing
right.
the gap.
So that'll be very interesting if they've maybe been saving themselves for an attack in the final few laps. Fazza, there's Spirit of Gibraltar coming through the first corner. And there you can see Skydive Dubai behind. They did have an 8-second lead over second place, but there you'll see Fazza coming into the first corner, so the gap is definitely getting closer. Whether there's enough laps left, we'll have to find out. Westerland Racing and Consul Brokers have now got past Victory Team, or Consul Brokers are actually going side by side with Victory Team at the moment, so that means Victory Team have dropped down to 7th position. Westerland Racing up into 5th place. As Dubai Duty Free still having a strong run. Paul Nielsen telling me that the wind conditions were better for them today than yesterday.
We are in the final part of the race. Now every mistake could cost a lot. Now they have to pay maximum attention because these positions are now almost done. So for Fazza, for Skydive Dubai and for Moad, is important not to do mistakes, because behind them there is also Niccolini with Luca Niccolini and Tommaso Polli that are doing good. They are fast, and they are not so far from Moad actually.
No, absolutely not. That's definitely something they need to be careful about. That's Fujairah Racing Team with Richard George and Serafino Barlesi. come down. There's Spirit of Dubai making their way around the first corner as well. It was very close between Victory Team and Console Brokers, and actually Console Brokers are past Victory Team now, I can see, looking out of the window. But Skydive Dubai it is, who are continuing to lead this race. Not far to go here. They'll be getting the white flag very soon. Will Skydive Dubai. Spirit of Gibraltar still doing a good job out there. They come across the line, and then followed by Skydive Dubai.
Fazza is there, 4 seconds only.
Yep, and it might be even less than that. Absolutely. So
they're really closing the gap. Look
at that. They're getting closer and closer as they come towards the first few corners. This could be a very, very close end to this race in the battle for the lead. There's Moad running in 3rd position. I can't see if the white flag has gone up yet. It is the last lap, so yeah, I can see the white flag now actually on the back of the pace boat, and Fazza are pushing hard. They go in wide into the first corner to try and get a better run out, and this is going to be difficult for Skydive Dubai because they've got the wake of Spirit of Gibraltar to deal with. Spirit of Gibraltar might have missed a boy there trying to get out of the way of Skydive Dubai.
There is an opportunity for Fazza in this moment because they have to overtake the other boat.
We can see them out of the window coming down the back straight, and they don't seem to be quite close enough at the moment because this is looking like the last lap of the race. Westerland Racing taking a tight line into the final corner to put a lap on Rahib, but there's Skydive Dubai on screen now. They've gone past Spirit of Gibraltar. They've put a lap on them as they look for their 2nd win of the season so far. Coming into the long right-hander of turn 6. It's been a very impressive drive from Jay Price and Sultan Al Dahari. But how far behind are Fazza coming into the final corner? That's going to be the question. Going very, very close to the boy, and there are Fazza very close behind indeed, but I don't think it's going to be enough.
3 seconds probably is not enough.
No, as they come around. Now, there you can see Fazza.
They close the line, and now it's very difficult for Fazza to come from the outside line to take the maximum speed and to take them.
Okay, so here comes Skydive Dubai. A very strong performance from Jay Price and Sultan Al Dahari. And I think that's the white flag going up now, isn't it? Yep, so there's the white flag. This will be the last lap that they're starting now. Apologies for that. We're now on to the final lap.
We are live.
Yep.
So
exactly.
Mistakes are allowed.
So the graphic said last lap, but now it is definitely the final lap. But still, Fazza, I don't think will be quite close enough. Moad still running comfortably in 3rd place. There's the 6th boat of Nicolini. 4th position for them, which I think they'll be reasonably happy with. There's our race leader, Skydive Dubai. Fazza going in a lot wider. Is that to avoid the wake? You can see the white flag.
The mayor of Ningbo is waving the white flag.
Okay.
The mayor of Ningbo city.
Fantastic to have him here. Ningbo, a huge city in China, about a population of about 7 million, and we're about half an hour south of it. But Skydive Dubai are the ones leading this race. Fazza going in wider into the corners to try and close in, but as they come past our commentary box window, you can see there is still plenty of gap between them, and I think it's just too late for Fazza to close in. So it'll be interesting to find out after the race if Skydive Dubai were just controlling the speed or whether Fazza were pushing harder in the closing laps. But it doesn't look like it'll matter because Skydive Dubai are still out there in the lead of this one. Through the long right-hander they come now, in front of the huge crowd that have turned up here today. About 40,000 people filling the grandstands, and they've been treated to a very exciting race here in Ningbo. Look how close they get to the boy. That's the way to do it. Fazza not far behind at all. If Fazza hadn't had such a bad start and had been, you know, with them right at the start in 2nd position, it could have been a different story. But Skydive Dubai have dominated this race. Jay Price and Sultan Al Dahari are going to head towards the finish line now. the checkered flag will be waved by the mayor of Ningbo for Skydive Dubai as they come towards the finish line. It's going to be their second win of the season. It's going to move them up in the championship as well. Jay Price and Sultan Al Daheri come towards the checkered boys. The checkered flag is waved, and it's the race win for Skydive Dubai in round 6 of the championship. Fazza finishing in second place. A strong performance from them. That will be good news for their championship. Bad news for their championship is that in third position is going to be Moad, their main rivals. They're going to come across the line in third place. But there you can see Skydive Dubai, sponsored by Blue Doriente, winning the race and winning the 6th round of the UIM XCat World Series. A very impressive performance and very impressive qualifying as well. That's how they got the pole position, being 2.5 seconds quicker than anyone else, and they've managed to convert that into a race win. Very impressive.
A great job from Jay Price for sure and Sultan Al Daheri, and it's also important to see one of the main sponsors of the event on the layout of the boat, so it will be for sure more interesting from a local point of view and also from an international point of view to have this boat on the first step, on the first place on the podium.
Absolutely. So there you can see the finishing results on the left-hand side. Skydive Dubai winning, Fazza in second place, Moad in third, 6 from Nicolini Offshore in fourth place, Westerland Racing in 5th position, 6th place Consul Brokers, 7th Qatar team. And there you can see the lower reaches of the order. Victory team are going to come across the line now just ahead of Spirit of Dubai. So where does that mean that they finish, Victory team? 8th place. So I think there'll be a bit of disappointment there. But Fazza finishing in second. Very interesting it'll be to talk to them after the race to see if they could have done any better, because they didn't. That speed kind of came from nowhere, didn't it? Because the gap was pretty even for most of the race. Then the final few laps, Fazza just went for it.
Maybe it was a strategy, not to risk and to take and to go to the last lap with, in any case, a proper advantage in the overall. I want to underline one thing. I think that all the starters finish the race.
Yes, absolutely right. Actually,
this is a demonstration of consistency of this kind of boat. No retirement, good. 13 starters, 13 at the finish line is another important result from a sport point of view.
Absolutely, that's a very good point. It's the no retirements, which is the first race of the season that we've had no retirements at all, which has been very good news. Great to see all the boats out there now milling around before they come back. And there you can see Jay Price on the left-hand side, Sultan Al Daheri on the right-hand side, celebrating. And they're delighted with that, aren't they?
We can say also that is their first race together.
Yeah, absolutely. A good work from...
a good combination.
Absolutely, very good combination. As they wave to all the fans in the grandstand, a huge turnout from the Chinese public, which has been perhaps the most exciting thing to have seen, apart from the racing itself, of course, and you can see them posing there for the helicopter. But the race win for Boat 7, Skydive Dubai.
He did again. Jay Price is a really successful driver.
He knows how to win, doesn't he, in powerboats? So the race win for Jay Price. Skydive Dubai take the victory. Fazza, championship leaders, finish in second place. They extend their championship advantage, but not by very much. Moad finishing in third position. So the series is very tight going into the final round of the season in Dubai in the middle of December.
From the UIM point of view, I'd like to thank you to have been guest of your live commentary just for a while. I think that we can be proud and of this kind of event. Another step forward for powerboating with another discipline in China. We are growing. I think that the successful is on the water, the successful is on the land. There are thousands and thousands of spectators, and the measure of a city which was waving the checkered flag. This is a demonstration that there is passion for powerboating, and in this place we have for sure a future. Thank you.
Thank you, Andrea, Dini. Thank you also to Sid Bensalah, who joined me earlier on, and thank you for watching round 6 of the UIM Skydive Dubai XCat World Series. Join us for the final round in the middle of December in Dubai, but from now, it's goodbye.